Hello everyone. In my video, I'm going to talk about how to build models using SAS Miner and also how to analyze a data set using neural networks. So first, I'm going to import my data set. My data set actually predicts whether a person makes over 50,000 K a year or not based on certain input variables like age, work class, if the person is a private employee, self-employed, etc., education, and so on. So I first import the data set using the file import option. My data set is holds more than 30K records. So 30K is actually a huge data set, and sometimes we may even come across bigger data sets. So sampling is actually very important since it generates a smaller data set, decreasing the time needed for model computation and also saving storage space without losing any predictive performance. So after my sampling is done, I just connected my sample data to the Stat Explorer to help us understand the data. So the chi-square plot in the data in the result that I'm going to show helps us understand the correlation of the individual variables with the target variables. So the variable worth is calculated from the p-value corresponding to the calculated chi-square test statistic. So in both these cases, we see that the relationship variable has a larger impact while the final weight has the least impact on the target variable. We also see that there are certain missing values here. We'll get to this a little later. So my first concept is about partitioning method and splitting the data. So partitioning data into training data, validation, and test set helps us avoid overfitting. So training data set is used to learn relationships between features and the target variable. Therefore, we set it to a higher value. That is 65 in this case, so that our model gets to learn about the data better. Then the validation data set gives us an estimate of the model skill while tuning the model's hyperparameters. So that is why we set it to 25, still higher than the testing data set. And finally, the testing data set reports the performance of the model. So we keep it to 10%. And also the partitioning method is set to stratified to make sure that the trained data set does not have any biased information. That is, it does not specifically hold more information about the people who earn more than 50K or less than 50K. So it's equally split into all the three data set that I've just spoke about. My second concept is about the missing values. We've just seen it now. So, a number of practical problems have missing data and data sets. So, learning from incomplete data has been recognized as one of the fundamental challenges in deep learning. So, a naive way of dealing with them is to get rid of them by using this impute. So, we just drag and drop the impute and get rid of the missing values. Control point is like a central point for all the different models. And now talking about my third concept is going to be about the hidden layers in the neural network. So I have two different models in my neural network. So my first model sets the hidden layers to 3 and the second model sets it to 63. So there's no hard and fast rule on the number of hidden layers, but having multiple layers makes the neural network more eager to understand certain aspects of the input data. So let us just check the results. So the model comparison is actually used to compare my models. So here we see that for model 1 and 2, my test misclassification rate, there's no much difference between these two. But then, however, the more layers, the more efficient for complex data set. So for my data, I feel that my first model is the best model because the misclassification rate is lower, though not much difference. It is still lower in comparison to the second model. And also we check the confusion matrix. So the true positive, which means that the people who have earned more than 50K, the model has predicted them to earn more than 50K. So it is actually better better for my first model in comparison to the second model. But however, the true negative rate has been higher in the second model. Again, the false negative, which is supposed to be lesser for a good model, is better for my first model. Moving on to the fourth concept, I'm going to be talking about the training technique. So I'll just show it. So the training technique that I've used here is back propagation. So back propagation is the heart of every neural network. The data passes through the different nodes, and once it reaches the output layer, it propagates backwards, updating weights and biases for each layer so that we get the desired output. My fifth concept talks about data tweaking, and we're going to get rid of the data we feel. In this, we're going to get rid of the data we feel is not relevant to our model. So in file import, we just edit the variables, and then we just drop the variables that we feel is not relevant to our prediction. So model. So I've just done this here for you to have a for you all to have a better understanding about what can the dropping do. So we'll just check the results. So here we see that the misclassification rate has been changed. It has been higher. So we know that by dropping appropriate values, so it's been higher because I've dropped the most affecting variables to the target variable. So dropping appropriate variables for a data set may actually tune your model. So that's all for my presentation. Thank you so much.